-9. I mean, that's a 36 out slay right there, 36 kills, and that wasn't that big of a differential in terms of the clock. So again, need to be a little bit more efficient with the objective if you're TOX, but still, you're up 3-0. You're playing great right now. 250 to 203 was that previous game as we take a look at the series. It's a best of 7, so it's not over yet for Lux Gaming, and they still have another best of 7 to go if they end up losing this series. But I'm a little worried for them because TOX is looking so hot right now.
Well, game 4 is going to be pick, capture the flag, and it's another game type that we were seeing Lux win in the winners bracket finals. But everything's starting to get a little bit quiet here in Atlanta. If you're still here in the crowd and you want to see a bracket reset, make some noise for me and get loud, because we have a chance here of another best of 7 if TOX can take pit CTF. And I tell you what, with the way they're playing, I definitely expected it right now as we jump on board to start things off with Lxthul, one of the most dangerous slayers in the game. And he doesn't opt to go for the sniper rifle. Instead, he just agrees with his teammate here of, look, let's lay down some fire and let's stop them pushing for that overshield. APG's been able to get himself a rocket launcher and he's being patient. He's waiting, he's not getting too aggressive yet. And actually, both snipers weren't picked up from the start.
I like this play from APG to grab the rockets and sit there and play patient, but he gets beat down by Goofy. And one of the best things to do is try to get in the rocket guy's face, try to melee him, jump with him as he's shooting that rocket. Exactly what Goofy did right there. And Gabriel, he's waiting and trying to find exactly where these players are on the TOX Gaming side. Haven't seen many customs going on over to Lux Gaming. First time in a while that they picked up that power up, and ooh, a haircut coming in right there from Lxthul onto Goofy. Ends up landing the body shot as well, and what do you know? TOX Gaming, objective efficiency, running it. Ryanoob out of position. This is looking really good for them.
Now, unfortunately, Ryanoob desperately wanted to get somewhere where he could utilize that sniper rifle to stop the flag run, but teammates were there to ensure that he didn't have to do the heavy lifting, as Goofy is going to get into an engagement with APG. Unfortunately for him, he goes down and the sniper rifle goes in the hands of APG. Now, the flag does get reset though, and things start to calm down a little bit more on the pit, but there are still TOX Gaming members in dangerous areas. If you are a member of Lux Gaming, as APG can't quite get round Banana, and instead that sniper rifle is just going to fall on bridge.
Can you say banana one more time?
Banana.
Banana. 3 dead there for TOX Gaming. I'm not sure who the last guy alive. Looks like it's Snakebite landing some shots. It's always huge when you're the last guy alive and you pick up a kill. Custom coming up again. Remember, Dan, that Gabriel picked it up before, so that's going to be the big contention on the map right now. But sometimes when the overshield's coming up, what you do is you charge to that camo and green box and you try to run a flag right before it comes up to try to throw these guys off, because typically 2 to 3 guys will like to set up over towards that bridge side, over towards that training side, over down towards the runway area. But it looks like it's going to be Lux Gaming trying to charge. Snakebite says no.
Snakebite really on point at the moment. See if anyone was able to grab that overshield, and I think maybe it was Gilkey as APG just depletes that one. That'll be good for Lux Gaming if they're able to pick up 2 overshields in a row, so they'll have that time. But no, they didn't actually get it. It's APG who picks it up in the end, so even though the timing was there for Lux Gaming, it's TOX who can start to pressure with this one, and maybe they can move and start to think about getting their first flag as Gabriel also goes down, and maybe they'll look towards Mauler here. That's going to be a double kill. Is there any spawners for the triple? No, there isn't, but APG can get aggressive on this base. It's a killing spree, and I think that's going to be more than enough. There was a sneaky little beaver in the base, but APG says, it doesn't matter if you're hiding, I'm going to finish it off, and I'm going to start moving this flag.
And it seems like TOX Gaming is starting to sniff out the players on Lux now, kind of understanding what their tendencies are. Almost a 2-for-1 right there on 2 players over towards S1. Lux gonna have to give this flag up. APG with half overshield left. That's an easy flag capture, going up 1-0. But just heads up plays coming in from the TOX guys. They realized that they got 2 kills. The only thing that could have stopped that flag with the overshield guy being there was gonna be 2 players that were sitting on the flag. That's exactly what Lux was doing. Now the charge coming in from the Lux Gaming side, but they don't have enough resources because a couple of kills coming in and a couple of slays for TOX.
Goofy just dives aimlessly into the base to try and pull the flag. Maybe it's a distraction as Gilkey rips the face of APG, and he will just back off just to stay alive and wait for his teammates to join him so he can utilize this sniper and put it to good use, as Lxthul is on Banana again, and he is going to fire a couple of rockets. He's going to go wayward, and it looks like he's being pressured from all different angles. Won't be able to get that rocket off, so that's not going to be good news for TOX. They want to ensure they can get those rockets back, as that flag's going to start to be moved for the side of Lux as well. This is looking like a good potential if they can win the engagements over on the other side. But at the moment, Snakebite saying, no, I'm going to have fun over here. I'm not going to allow you to get our sniper rifle.
I was a little worried that the headshot was going to come. Gilkey was close to lining that one up. Goofy finally taking down Snakebite, who's just been an absolute nuisance and thorn in the Lux Gaming side the entire series long. Gilkey picking up a couple of slays, but this flag I thought was going to be pulled BR. Instead, Lxthul taking it the fast way. He's going to bring it over towards platform, over towards green box. Has a rocket, does take Gilkey down to half shields with his BR as the rocket did not connect, but no grenades coming in quite yet as one does take him to no shields. Lxthul running this one, should be the second flag capture.
Incredible movement from Lxthul as well, just being able to know when to run that flag, when to move, and when to start putting the pressure on. As speaking of pressure, TOX Gaming are only one capture away as Royal2 picks up the double as well as burns that overshield. And that means that Lux Gaming aren't going to have the overshield to work with either. So TOX are just going to continue this pressure, continue to push forward. Gilkey will fall as the first. So unfortunately, Snakebite goes down to Rhino, but it means that Royal2 can just wait for these shields to recharge and wait for his teammates to come back, because he actually has to do a job here with this new sniper rifle that's just spawned. And tell you what, this could get exciting. Gilkey is the first point of contact. He gets the body shot, but he's done the job. He's stolen the sniper. He can get away, and he can reduce the chances of Lux Gaming making big plays, Tom.
I hate to say this because I wanted to see a much closer series, but TOX Gaming is just manhandling Lux right now in this series, especially in this game. Yeah, the first two games were close, especially game number one, but when you look at Pit CTF and the difference in the previous series to this series, they're just so much more on top of their stuff. And this is what we see from TOX all the time, where they just take it to this next level that you know they have, but they just make the other teams look like they're falling apart. And you know that these guys are playing solid on the Lux side. It's just that's how good TOX Gaming is.
This is grand final TOX Gaming. We didn't get to see them at Atlantic City because they were knocked out, of course, and they never got that shot. And they actually finished for the first time in quite some time outside of the top two. It's been years and years since we've seen them fall, so it feels like they're here now to take some revenge on any player that was a part of that demise. There's Lxthul. Even though he's not the player who's had the flashy doubles and triples, some of the sniper rifle shots I've seen him hit today have been so important, as Gilkey does have the rocket launcher. And maybe this can be the start of a comeback if he can get some big kills, but unfortunately the grenade will stop any sort of hope for him, as Lxthul still has that sniper rifle in his back pocket.
I'm not seeing the plays from Gabriel that I was seeing in the previous series, the great defensive plays. I'm not seeing the same style of play even that Lux Gaming was bringing to the table before. And I'm not sure if it's them playing down a notch or if it's just TOX picking it up. I feel like it's a little bit of both, but one thing's for sure is you're not going to win the game if you give Royal2 custom over and over again. If you give these guys rockets and sniper. Fortunately, Lux finally gets something on their side as Rhino with a huge assassination there.
Still plenty of time for Lux Gaming to get back into this one, but one mistake and I'm sure TOX Gaming will pounce on that and take full advantage of it. They've got a couple of players down, so now they can push through long haul here. They can block the spawns at Mauler. They can start to throw those grenades towards the spawners at S1. Gilkey is going to be the first person to try and get some sort of defense on this flag, but that is going to be one member of TOX falling, so maybe this push is actually going to come to nothing unless we see something special coming out of APG. And how often do we see something special coming out of APG? It always seems like someone steps up at the right time for TOX Gaming, but realistically, it's Lux who need to find that X factor. They need to find that one player who's going to step up as they start to run a flag at the same time as TOX pulling another flag.
Yeah, so interesting situation right now. It's Royal2 who's the one-man defense as APG running this flag. This is, huge snipe from Gilkey, but I feel like they still have the advantage on the TOX Gaming side. You do have that player over towards S2, but Slay's in their favor, and then also the flag pretty advanced on that green box area, but wow, what a play from Gilkey. He does get taken out there, but to be able to get 2 kills, to be able to take that guy down to no shields, taking Snakebite down to no shields is the sole reason that flag does get reset. That should not have happened there for TOX Gaming. Great job by Lux. Great defensive stand by Gilkey.
That could have been the series for TOX Gaming, but Lux just about stay alive, and Rhino manages to get a big sniper rifle shot as well. He's going to pull a flag. He does see 3 members down on long haul, but the sniper was picked up by Lxthul. And again, what did I say about him hitting big shots at the right times? And now he can put pressure onto Gilkey, who tries desperately to pull the flag, and it feels like Lux are getting a little bit sloppy now. They're running in, they're rushing in aimlessly at times, and TOX are really going to love that.
I feel like that was just a fortunate spawn there for Snakebite, but hey, you'll take a little bit of luck. And when you're already up 3-0, when you're up 2-0 in this game, sometimes you get a little unlucky, and that's what happened there for Lux. Most likely should have spawned Courtyard there because that's where his teammates were, but there wasn't enough pressure from Lux to choke that spawn, so the game gave him it. and ends up being able to take that flag guy out. And you're right, they're trying to get a little bit crazy here on the Lux Gaming side, trying to get a couple flag pulls as they're slaying out, but that's their style. So I'm glad to see that they're at least hitting a lot of their snipes now. They've won a couple of 1v1s that they were losing before. Maybe starting to pick up their game just a little bit, as we did see 2 quick flag captures. So a little bit of a stalemate here towards the mid game, but still very impressed with how TOX is playing this one. Probably the next overshield is going to be when they're going to go and try to make their play for the flag, but they're going to have to deal with Ryan, who has the rockets.
Big play from Lux. Winning these engagements in green. Ryan, who jumped onto the rockets, but he's just going to stay aggressive here. He's holding this angle just in case anyone does jump in, try and take the rockets from him. Snakebite's managed to find himself in position behind, though. And this is going to be a flag moving yet again for TOX Gaming. Snakebite is there with support, picks up the grenades just in case he needs to throw them towards Needles. He does, but 2 players fall, and it's going to be stopped again by Lux. It seems like every time TOX think they've got a decent flag run, Lux say no, they deny it. And I feel like Lux still have something left in this gas tank.
Best chance right now for Lux in quite some time, as they had 3 dead, but everybody's spawning courtyard and pushing over towards the cuts and flag side. They're gonna have to slay him out one more time, but that was pretty unlucky for Snakebite because he saw the panel pop up over towards the needle pit side, and that's why he made that play. Didn't realize that the player was actually over towards the mauler, so I completely understand where his head was at there. And if he's able to get that kill over towards the needle side, that could have been the 3rd and final flag cap going on, but instead, you have 4 minutes and 15 seconds here on the clock to try to get 2 flag captures if you're Lux Gaming. Goofy with these rockets, only 1 rocket left, not going to be able to connect on that one. Does take APG down to no shields. Flag gets reset, but this is the scenarios that we've seen over and over from Lux. It's kind of these flag pulls where they wish they had 1 more player alive at the base, and that's just not the case here. It's going to have to be a 2-man show here. It's Gabriel with the overshield, but it's just not enough. Not enough pressure coming in as the spawners have to walk across the map to try to help.
Well, Lux have been able to get the rockets, they've been able to get the overshield, but they just haven't been able to get the flags. TOX have been stopping them in their tracks every single time. But are we going to see TOX close this one out? In the winners bracket finals, we saw Lux unable to get that 3rd flag, but they still won 2-1. I wonder whether TOX are just going to play relatively defensive or whether we're going to see aggression as 2 of them are pushing towards that flag. It's going to be Lxthul getting a big kill, as also Goofy goes down. So now APG can look across the spawners, and if you support this flag run accordingly, then we might be able to see a 3rd and final flag capture. But it's a big win from Gabriel, and there is going to be spawners in Mauler as well, and that should be a dead flag.
Big Mauler spawn there for Lux Gaming, kind of getting back the spawn that Snakebite was able to receive over towards the TOX Gaming side. So that flag not going to get captured, but you can see the big difference in this series compared to the previous one in TOX's mindset. They did not hesitate to run that flag. I love the aggression from Lxthul, kind of trusting each other that they were going to get the necessary kills that they needed to go and get that flag pull and flag run. 2.5 minutes, desperation could be setting in any second here for Lux. If you haven't gotten a flag capture in the first 13 minutes, what makes you think that you're going to be able to do it in the last 2? They're going to need to play a lot tighter and pull something crazy off.
It's always been that last man for TOX Gaming as well, whether it just be with a plasma grenade, whether it be a couple of BR shots or a sniper shot. Lux Gaming just haven't been able to get that flag out the base whatsoever, even if they manage to get 2 or 3 down. The defensive ability from TOX has been incredible, but APG, the first point of contact who goes down. And I tell you what, Lux Gaming say, hey, well, it hasn't worked the normal way. Let's go a little bit off-piste here and let's move this under bridge. And it's worked so far, but of course, that is going to be a possibility of people coming through green. You saw the overshield had just spawned as well. Rockets in the hand of Snakebite. So it's a big chance for him to stop this one if he can hit this rocket, which he does, but it only connects ever so slightly. He gets the double. I think the grenade finished him off. Is anyone there to put that flag in? And the overshield is there for Goofy. 2-1, and okay, there's still a little bit of life left in Lux Gaming just yet. Goofy is starting to go off.
Big play from Goofy there to not over-challenge on Snakebite. Instead, goes and secures the flag capture. Royal2 and Lxthul find 2 kills. Now Ryan, it's up to him. You have Gabriel that came off the spawn. What an interesting play from Ryan. Instead of coming back immediately, he decides that he wants to push up, but that flag is being ran, Ryan. You're gonna need to do something here. You're the only defensive player right now on your team. He takes out Lxthul, that's gonna be 2 dead. He wants to get aggressive. You can see he wants to run this flag. Royal2 is gonna find Gilkey, but Goofy gonna answer that one back. Possible counter cap coming in.
Does look like they are going to be running this one. There are rockets in the hand of Goofy. Did Ryanoob survive? He did. He's got this one down long haul. Does he have any support from Green? It looks like he has. He's going to be able to get this one all the way into the base. And just like that, you snap your fingers, you blink, and you miss it. And Lux are right back into things. And we're all tied up 2-2 because TOX, they went for that third and final flag capture top.
I can't believe that Lux Gaming was able to do this. And even if they don't win this game, that's huge for the momentum here, because if you get 3-0'd in this game, you get 4-0'd in the series, TOX is going to be on cloud 9 going in to the bracket reset, but instead, some more fight left in Lux Gaming. This game in series not over yet.
And how much have we got to put that on Ryanoob as well? He was the last man alive, and he just challenged and he won that engagement on the flag. He managed to keep Lux Gaming in it, and that was the path to success for them to get those flag captures. You said, well, 13 minutes without flag captures, what's going to change? They just changed the shift of momentum, started running that flag a different way. As Snakebite picks up a kill onto Gabriel, but will back away from the fight, doesn't want to get overconfident. But speaking of confidence, Royal 2 starts to get involved in. Well, with 15 minutes left, we go into overtime, essentially, and we're going to be seeing a new set of rockets and overshield start to come into play, but the timings are going to be all over the place. But TOX Gaming, they're right on top of it. Snakebite has this overshield, the first overshield of this overtime, gets the first kill, looks for the second onto Goofy, eventually picks it up, but it is going to extend the multi-kill timer at least, as now he pushes in to the flag. Ryanoob is going to be there on cuts. He does need to be careful of the man on Mauler. There is the man on the Mauler with the Mauler, and he spawns a couple of players inside, and I think that push is going to be dead.
That was an annoying death. I would have been pissed if I was him right there. You just have a guy with the Mauler on the flag, but that's Lux and their defense. It's not rare to see them hide in the Mauler. It's not rare to see them hide two guys in the flag. Lxthul with the sniper rifle here, but you did have rockets being picked up by Gilkey, who dies with them by the hands of Snakebite. So here you go, big opportunity here for TOX Gaming with the power weapons, rocket and sniper in their hands. You get taken down to no shields here if you're Snakebite, but just bait Royal 2. Great aggressive play from Royal 2. Love to see that from him. And don't forget, you still have Lxthul with the sniper rifle behind you.
Snakebite very much wants to finish this game, you feel, with how aggressive he's been with rockets and overshield, but he goes down. He's going to be able to utilize them, and it's going to be a nice little beatdown for Gabriel onto Royal 2. And he does have a sniper rifle in his back pocket as well, but look at this, 2 snipers and the rocket launcher for Lux Gaming. So they've got all of the goodies, but can they put them to good use? You've got to be hitting your shots, and then you need to push accordingly and communicate together, Tom.
I like how they're all working together here to push. Everyone's kind of poking and holding their lanes and then charging and getting aggressive and forcing themselves over towards the base. That's how you should do it, but great defensive stand here for TOX Gaming. Multiple players over towards the needle and green box is going to slow down this push from Lux. Snakebite flying in, aggressive play. Most likely thought that he had help, but whoever that was over towards the green box, just a second late. Now 3 dead with the weapons. Lux Gaming with the advantages here. They're pulling it over towards the BR, Dan.
Yeah, Goofy says, all right, we'll run this one, but there are spawns in needles potentially, or was he just waiting there? Either way, that flag will be stopped in its tracks. And Gabriel, even though he wins that engagement, is not going to be able to pull that flag any further. But Ryanoob at least has got the overshield, so they keep that one out of TOX Gaming's hands, and maybe Ryanoob can look to get aggressive. Just need teammates with him, though. You can't be a one-man army, even though you've got that extra bit of shield. It very quickly gets depleted. Tries to hit a couple of no-scopes, but it's not working out. Does have grenades, and they don't work out either. And look how TOX are just swarming these players, pushing through green. They're saying, look, we're not going to allow you to control this map. We want to be taking the game to you, not you taking the game to us.
That one hurt Ryanoob right there. You could see he had 3 people in front of him over towards the pit ramp, and if he had any type of support, those players are all dead, and you know Ryan's going to push over towards the flag. But Royal 2 with the sniper, APG as well. Here's the push from TOX Gaming. It looks like it's going to be 2 over towards the needle pit. 1 player alive that's on Lux Gaming. He's over towards the training side, and you have 1 more guy coming to play defense over towards the flag. So you know they're spawning courtyard right now. And that's exactly what Royal 2 is looking at, trying to bait that sniper rifle. Bloodshot on the guy over towards the courtyard. Ryanoob going to lift up 1v1 sniper battle against Royal 2, and this is a great spot to be in here for TOX. They need to play patient, get the necessary slays, help each other as soon as they get the numbers, run that flag, watch the spawns, bait it, and secure the cap.
Sounds so simple when you say it, but can they put it through the motions? Rockets will be spawning at some point as well. Maybe when they do eventually run this flag, as APG wins the battle with Gilkey. Has a sniper in his back pocket, needs to help Lxthul, but he's getting shot in the backside at the same time, and Lux Gaming have been able to defend again when TOX Gaming looked like they were in an advantageous position. I wonder when those rockets are going to be dropping, though. Because it's been so long in this game, of course, that timing is going to go down lower and lower. I wonder which coach has been able to follow it even better, as Goofy now is going to push into this space and pull this flag potentially, but no, he says, I know someone's on cuts. And as soon as anyone gets near that flag, they seem to fall, Tom. 3 dead for Lux Gaming.
This is what's happened probably the last 3 or 4 rotations of spawns here. One team starts to push up, one team plays defense. It's going to be down to the custom power-up realistically and exactly what APG had in mind. Big play from TOX Gaming. Here's their opportunity to do something.
Oh, and Rockets, I think, have just spawned as well. They have. Lxthul's going to have them, so you're going to have a little bit of an army coming towards you now, Lux. It's going to be Overshield, Sniper, and Rockets, all in the hands of TOX Gaming. But can they actually get the kills with them? Because it seems like every time someone's had them, the other team has been able to stop him. We just switch over as Gabriel gets his face ripped off. Now APG is getting aggressive with this overshield, wins the first engagement with Gilkey. The Rocket takes down the second man. That's 3 dead now for Lux. And maybe that's 4 dead for Lux. And APG can start running this one for TOX. Royal 2 is watching the spawns. And it looks like this could be the 3rd flag, unless we see some miraculous grenades. We do see, actually, APG go down, but that flag is still being moved. 3 members are all at Muller. And as long as this flag can get through, but it can't. They've done enough. Lux have just found the grenades off the spawn, and even though Royal 2 is alive, I don't think anyone's going to move this through long haul, Tom.
It depends on what spawn TOX Gaming gets. If they spawn in their own courtyard, that's it for them. But APG, I think, got the spawn over towards the Mauler. Not able to get the touch because Gabriel with the defense there. And Royal 2 needs to understand that if he's scoping into that spot, he's influencing the spawns. I don't know what he was doing. Also, he's scoped in there so long that the checklist and your timing in your head has to realize that they're not there anymore, bro. They spawned somewhere else. So a little bit of a mistake there from Royal 2, but not being punished too hard yet. They have to get some defensive kills and slays here on the TOX Gaming side. That's what Snakebite does by getting his sniper over towards S2.
Snakebite sees 2. Make that 3 members of his team have fallen, so it's all down to him as a one-man army. Has to hit these shots, does connect with the first, but doesn't hit the second. Gabriel's going to be challenging him on tower. If you can win this BR, it would be massive. He actually just relies on a teammate and starts to look towards this flag again. Snakebite has to hit these shots. Actually, I say that, his team say, Snakebite, don't worry, save the ammo, bro, we got you.
But Goofy's buying so much time to get Gilkey the overshield there. Hello, they're sniping S2, Gilkey. Did you not hear the call out? There goes your overshield, you're dead.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you only have 8 minutes left in a 30-minute game. T-Squared starts to get a little bit frustrated with some of the plays because everyone starts to get tired in game, though, and you are going to see more mistakes the further and further you get into a game of Halo 3. Royal 2 has a sniper rifle in his back pocket, but he's not going to be able to connect with that one, so he is just going to try and stay alive. Maybe he can get the no-scope. No, he can't. And both snipers fall, and that's going to be 3, maybe even 4 dead for Lux Gaming. So the chance for TOX to reset, rethink, replan their chances of pulling this 3rd flag.
That was all Snakebite S2 with the sniper rifle, and Goofy just did such a phenomenal job. I wasn't upset at Gilkey, I was upset at everybody on that team because Goofy was playing that so smart. He didn't jump it up into the needle pit. He baited it out. All 4 players were focusing him for TOX Gaming, and they weren't able to capitalize it just because they didn't focus the guy that was laying down the most damage, S2. So big missed opportunity there for Lux. They're gonna have to try to bounce back here and maybe wait for the next custom in order to do something, because I'm not expecting either team here to get a flag capture unless it involves the power-ups and power weapons. That's how even and back and forth this has been.
And even though I love to see the sniper rifle in the hands of Royal 2 and snipe down, it's Lxthul that makes me tingle in the right places when he has that weapon in his hands, because he does some incredible things with it. He hits the important shots as Snakebite has a rocket as well, but it's only the 1 remaining as he looks towards green. Does connect with Gabriel's toes, and now they get to move on and they get to march on and maybe look for another flag capture that would get them the series, but it seems like the defense is too strong. The wall is built by Lux Gaming, and TOX just can't break it down right now.
Where's the tingle, your fingers or your banana?
I will allow you to think of that yourself, T-Squared. I will not actually disclose that information, as Royal 2 has the sniper, and he's just going to be wasting this one as well, ensuring that they're not going to be able to use it against him. A couple of players are going to be down at overshield, and I'll tell you what, we've got 6 minutes and 53 seconds before we start getting into the thought of a reset here after 30 minutes of pit CTF. That would be incredible. Goofy gets the beat down and moves towards pushing the other side of the base, as Gabriel does have a sniper as well. He's just scoping in towards long haul here. I feel like, Tom, someone is going to have to step up. Someone is going to have to go clutch.
I would love it to be Gabriel, because I don't feel like he's played up to his expectations for himself in this series quite yet. He had so many amazing plays on the defensive side, but now's his opportunity to play some offense here, working with Gilkey. You see him working with Gabriel over here too. There's two kills there and a flag being pulled at the same time. So interesting play here from Royal 2. And I like this play from Royal 2. Now Ryan Noob has to come back. That's fine with me. You know what, Royal 2, 9 times out of 10 probably would slay there, but a little bit of a distraction starts to throw off the communication a little bit. He's gonna be able to come off spawn and hopefully play some defense. Meanwhile, a player in the mall here, a big priority for the Lux Gaming players. They take him out. Flag being pulled over towards the needle pit. Players charging towards the pit and possibly flanking down towards the courtyard as well. This could be the final cap, Dan.
Skillkey throwing this one through Lxthul at the moment, and he's got so far, and it looks like he's going to be able to get it. He does get stopped, but there is a teammate. He's going to be able to run it in, and that's going to be 3-2 to Lux, and eventually they managed to overturn that game. They were 2-0 down, but they come back into it, and they keep this series alive. And TOX, they're not getting into that second best of 7 just yet.
What a game from Lux Gaming. They refuse to fall over, down 2-0 in the game, down 3-0 in the series. They do not fold. They're trying to fight. They're trying to win this tournament. Exactly what we expect from these two teams. Taking a look at the kills and deaths. Look at that from Snakebite again. Most kills in the game and on his team, 46. But overall, the Slays